Of course my camera is focusing on her. Is it the hat? Is it it? Like, do I need to wear it for you to focus on me? Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is gonna be my August wrap-up. It's a little late and it's gonna be a little complicated because in August I did 2 reading vlogs and one just made it up on my channel and the next one is going up next weekend and I don't really want to spoil that one. But with that said, in August I did read a few books and I wanted to talk about them. Complicated feelings about most of these actually. So it's gonna be quick, but you know, it's important to just let it out, give you some reviews. It's always pleasant to hear also what you think, so please let me know in the comment section if you have read those books, how you feel about them, because man, let's start with some of the ones that did not go well. Growing Things by Tremblay, which is the first book I finished, aka I did not finish it, I DNF'd it, which I don't do that often. It's a short story collection of like horror stories, which I love, but could not get into it. Like, could not get into it whatsoever. I was bored through the whole thing, and I was reading it as an audiobook too, and could not connect whatsoever. Like, I tried, even like at one point I was like getting, after like 4 or 5 stories, so bored that I would like skip to the next story and I still could not get into it. So I don't know what's going on. This is technically my second book by him and I didn't have like a bad experience with the other one, but I didn't love it either. So I'm at this point just don't know, like, is it the author and me that we're not connecting? Although he does write pretty short stories. I have one more. I have a head full of ghosts on my shelf, so I will read that one, and if I don't like it, then I guess the author and me just don't connect. But yeah, I was not able to finish it. So if you have read it, let me know, because it's new. It came out this year and I was like excited, but meh. Then I finished The Lightest Object in the Universe, and that was a post-apocalyptic book, which, I mean, if you've seen some of my videos, it's usually my thing, or one of my things, and I'm getting to the point where I think I'm kind of, not over it, but I'm due for a break because I've read a couple in a row that are kind of, last month, well, more like last month, I finished The Girl with All the Gifts, and I found it too similar to The Passage, and it just ended up being like, I felt like I had read this before, and that's kind of how I felt about this one. The good thing is that in the beginning, I thought it was giving me vibes of Station 11 by Emily St. Mendel, which I feel like everyone on YouTube now knows and love because it's more of a character-driven post-apocalyptic book. And I was getting vibes of that mixed a bit with The Stand, because the main character, one of them is a, I think, history high school teacher, and he's like walking 3,000, is it miles? Kilometers? I'm assuming it's miles if it's US. To find someone that he met that he's into, basically. And I thought that was going to be good, but it wasn't. Super unmemorable. Like, when I tell you that rarely, even though it's happened like twice this summer, rarely do I forget a lot about his book. This is one of those where, like, I've read this before. It just didn't stand out whatsoever. And I feel like the reviews are pretty poor right now, so I don't think I'm the only one here, but just overall a disappointment for me. I'm always usually into post-apocalyptic, so that's why I've been like twice in a row disappointed. So I'm like, maybe I'm due for a little break. But I do still want to do my like best of, or maybe I'll just talk about all of the ones I read and let you know which ones were the best, the worst, and then a couple that I'm hoping to read soon. Let me know if you're interested. Definitely on my list for sure. So after that, I did my readathon for the Raven Boys. And like I said, I did a reading vlog if you want to see it, or at least I attempted it, and then technology decided that it hated me. My phone died, and I thought it was a brilliant idea to film it on it. So the first half is me reviewing the book, the second half is the actual vlog. And I think overall I enjoyed at least the first book more than I thought I would. This was a reread, so I could actually continue the series. The second book was still good. Not a favorite, but I still understood the hype. And then by the third book, I was kind of over it. The whole like cave part, I was kind of bored. But I really like Persephone, one of the aunts, but I loved her. I want the whole series to be about her instead. And yeah, I just basically like the characters. I love witches, but did not care what the story was about. I think a lot of people can relate there. So yeah, again, if you want more, I'll link to reading vlog. It's my just before video. Then that book, that damn freaking book, Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I read actually all of his book in like 1 month technically, but the two other ones were technically in July. And I had heard that this was going to be the best one because it's the newest one from this year, so I was super excited. It's like bright freaking flashy colors. I was like, hell's yeah, I'm picking that up. And it started really strong. You're following the main character and she's like needing money pretty desperately at this point, and she finds the perfect job. She has 2 apartments set in a really, really fancy building, and she was like all for it. She was being paid a lot of money, a suspiciously high amount of money, and things start being weird. And I love that, like creepy little house, or in this case apartment, like creepy wallpaper. Do you trust your neighbors? Do you don't? What's going on? People disappearing. And then I'm gonna keep it spoiler free as usual, but the ending sucked in my opinion. I was really, really disappointed by it. And I feel like the character, the way she was like piecing things together made no sense. Like she was so dumb, but she would convince everyone to tell everything to her, and it made no sense. And I had a lot of fun writing a little spoiler section in my review, so if you want to see it, like if you're not planning on reading the book or if you've already read it on Goodreads, you have to click to see the spoiler, so the rest is definitely spoiler free. You won't spoil it for yourself, and it's not really a spoiler, but I thought it was funny. I definitely laugh at my own jokes, and you should too. It's good. It's good for a soul. And then the next book I read was The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. And this is technically part of my Goodreads reading challenge. I'm trying to also read like not just the winners, but like a bunch of each category so I can do my own awards very soon, in like 2.5 months at this point. I need to like catch up and finish. But this was one of the ones that was like, it was probably number 16 out of 20, but it was still, you know, a possible winner. And I picked it up because the reviews were pretty positive, and I like the vibes of creepy kind of, not really orphanage, what is it, like a school for girls, I guess, like rebels. Troublemakers, that's what the review says. Okay, troublemakers sounds better than rebels. And there's like back and forth between the 50s and then actual time when they're trying to figure out what happened when the girls in the present time, her sister was murdered basically on that property. And I really liked the story. I really liked the characters, but I'm not sure it would be a favorites for me. I think that out of a lot of the ones that I've read this year so far, it's probably the most enjoyable one. But I don't know if it's me that's been really difficult with thriller mysteries, or it's just that I've read so many that at this point I'm kind of difficult with them. But if you are looking for more character-driven type of mystery thrillers, I would definitely recommend that one. It was good. And I'm not saying more because I feel like it is better if you don't know too much. Just murders, weird stuff, girls. And this is where it's gonna have to end, because after that it's my next readathon that's coming up this weekend. Do you want a little spoiler of what it is? I'm gonna be reading My Pile of Shame. I'm like way overdue for doing that, and things got interesting as always. I feel like, can I ever do a reading vlog that does well? I don't think so. By the way, I'm planning the videos that are coming up until the end of the year because things are gonna get very busy. So if you have any recommendations of like tags or specific videos you would like to see, and I have a few discussion videos coming up. I have my haul actually coming up this week because during the whole summer I could not film a haul, so it has been accumulating. I also have a few arcs. It's gonna be interesting. I have a bunch of ideas for reading vlogs too. How often would you like to see reading vlogs? Because ideally I would love to do one a week, but I don't think it's necessarily realistic. And I would still try to do one a month, maybe 2 if I'm lucky. Or if there are any like specific readathons or topics you want me to talk about, please feel free to leave your comments. I would love to discuss it with you and we can figure things out a little bit. I would also love to see how your reading has been during the summer, because I feel like I've been posting my wrap-ups like back to back, so I haven't been able to discuss with you which books you've been reading as much as usual. So please let me know in the comment section I'm still struggling. Please let me know in the comment section the books you've been reading in August, or maybe right now what you're reading in September, because I would love to talk about it, because I feel like I've been so disconnected from all of you, and it's been really weird to not film and post videos as usual. And I really also wanted to say thank you for everyone being really nice about this going on, because it's been a bit harder mentally than I expected, because I feel pretty normal at this point. It's just that whenever it's time for me to edit the videos, I realize that, oh, maybe I don't fully look normal, and the feedback here has been like so nice, and I don't know what I would do without all of you being so nice to me. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate it, and that there's a bunch more videos coming up, and I'm very excited.